Atlanta Police Chief Timothy Burton calls Cooper's actions juvenile and irresponsible,
claiming that his actions were potentially illegal and wasted the time of law enforcement and taxpayer money. Berry eventually ran for Texas Attorney General, but his contributions to help end the drug war brought him under the ire of the state. The police ran a search warrant on his home to seize his Copbusters videos, not narcotics. Videos.
Executed a search warrant on Cooper's home. They confiscated his camera equipment, videos, and computer.
After the raid, they arrested him 3 times and his wife warrant
That's how y'all know he's not
charges
dying.
related to the Sting videos. All charges were later dismissed, but while he fought them, the U.S. government took his child and declared him and his wife an unfit parent for teaching them about the dangerous arms of the state.
The state has taken away his child, Zach.
Lies against
She was on the phone,
alerts
but
by
yeah, that was my
dogs
boyfriend. He
performing
okay.
free-air sniffs, search and seizure issues, and much more.
Nah, that's what I said. He okay.
That would make me kill them. I would kill them. Dude caught them, set them up and everything.
And they
got
raided his
him
house.
for lying on search warrants and shit. So they
Yeah,
took
he set
his
up the
kid.
people. The cops took his kid?
They took his
I was
kid
listening.
in
They took his
retaliation,
child and everything
went
from
to
him.
South America. The whole family had to flee to South America because the cops were trying to take his kid, saying he was unfit.
Oh,
He's
wow.
creating a environment of where he was teaching his kids to hate the government.
Nah, that's a bullshit.
I would kill. I would
Right.
kill him.
That was like back in 2008.
It's just like this lady.
This video we was
This
watching on
lady would
YouTube.
get killed too.
Yeah, she got fucked up. She did some fucked up shit.
No, this was all.
It was that house raid we was listening to.
This was that one guy.
But the reason why he was coughing, we was smoking. And I'm like, oh, he okay. He got popped.
That was different. That was her and that one guy was the people who stopped that dude that ran the fucking Navy's nuclear arsenal thing for carrying a gun, and then told him he gotta leave. His car's over there, and she told him if he steps another foot towards her, he'll be under arrest. But he has to leave. But his car is over there.
Behind her.
He told her that, and they arrested him for trespassing and possession of a firearm.
What he was trying to get to his car? That's dumb.
And in the court videos,
which all of it's posted online too. In the court videos, you could see her and that one guy, their souls leave their body when he says, well, I am currently employed by the Navy. I run the largest arsenal
They fucked up.
that the U.S. government has.
Right.
I am a key holder to nuclear weapons.
Y'all arrested me.
And y'all, yeah, you seen their souls leave their body.
Like, we done fucked up.
The one dude left.
He's like, I know.
The one dude just straight got up and left the courtroom. She had to stay, but yeah.
He knew he lost. He's like, I'm fired.
Fired? Shit.
Or they made him go on vacation somewhere else.
Vacation?
You know how cops be sometimes.
That dude just tried to pretty much, press bullshit trespassing charges on a spy, okay? And shit is not happy.
Spy's
He
like, I
probably
work
just
here.
disappeared for some reason or another.
That's what I said.
He was probably on his way home and his brakes failed all of a sudden.
Spy took him out.
The government's like, You made this dude go on the court for what? Because he had a gut?
Right.
Hell no, you're done.
Not at all.
Thank you. Thank you. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back.
Right?
Okay. Nigga, I ain't going real well.
Chop, you be okay.
Maybe black. Maybe over there lost in the game, had to blunt for 3 hours.
Not 3 hours, because it's still one day in game. It's still Sunday. I'm getting ready to have church.
It's almost been a whole day.
Nuh-uh.
Better done went to church.
I didn't even have church yet. I put up the candles.
And to be honest, I was in my phone listening to y'all motherfuckers. To be honest with you, yeah, I'm about to step outside myself.
Chop, I thought you was already outside.
That wasn't Trap say that, that was me.
I know that was you saying you was about to go outside.
Never celebrate too early, because you never know.
Holy shit, I got hella faith.
Yeah. I like Speed, but I feel like he's playing off.
I know,
He must
I'm
be
about to.
offside.
I'm leaving y'all ass in here,
Not see
so.
that flag go off.
Okay, maybe not.
How much money y'all
Nice
give
ball.
me?
Take off. Honestly,
94.
built really great.
In the people's eyes, it's a goal, you know?
Not for me though.
How much faith did I get? 64.
On the worst dish in this competition so far.
There's
Not
like
bad,
setting
not
up for
bad.
television, and then there's being straight mean.
Fist pumps.
Uh-huh. Oh no! Oh man, oh
Put
man.
that in there.
And then you
This
went,
in
you
there.
cut off. Oh man, that's rough. That is so rough.
Never fist pump.
Never.
Unless you're Italian. Oh yeah, some golf celebrations.
Nice. Oh.
Man.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's dancing.
What's he doing? He thought that that one was the finish line.
No, you thought that was the final lap, but now it's the final lap.
Oh man.
But he's still going. Yo, he looks so happy too. I want to help out my family with this winning.
Oh, the game's not done?
Oh, the game's not done. Now it's done.
Oh my!
I'd be like, hey Siri, play Marvin's Room on Spotify. That's the winning shot. Is what he thought.
Wow! Nice!
And give me my water because I'm about to take a drink of victory. It's Oregon
Oh man,
versus...
don't wave your arm. Don't wave your arm, guys. Look at him, look at him, look at him.
What's W?
You know what? I'm
What's
just.
W?
Fuck, I can't tell.
Western, I think? Or Washington.
Yeah, W on the scoreboards.
Hey, I got my finish through the line!
Nah, keep celebrating.
Yeah, because we want to get
Because
rid
we're
of
out,
it.
yeah.
That's a good point. Seems like a weird sized pool hall thing for you.
A little bit.
It does, huh?
Like if that was a bigger pool table, I don't think the white ball would have went in.
Want to hit that again?
What?
She got her keys.
Oh man. I mean, she can go get them again at least.
Oh, he fell deeper. And then you gotta buy a new car.
Why
Or-
car?
and
Oh,
then
those
a
are
new-
keys.
Yeah, and then a
Oh.
new house.
Why is it? It's not the way that. I feel like what? You got this, bro.
The time's still ticking.
Got this.
The time's
Don't
still
do it.
ticking.
Don't do that. Don't. To add insult to injury, imagine you just land in the water, you just hear all the fish laughing at you. It's like mermaids. Loser. Nice.
What did they catch?
A rat. Step on it though. Step on it.
Gosh, 6'9"?
Leave him alone.
Oh! Honestly, you fry that up, put some butter on it.
No. Not even a little bit.
You want a lot of butter?
Yeah.
No,
that's a lot
fast
of butter.
travel to the skull.
Was she celebrating there?
You did a trick right there.
Oh, I was fast
why
traveling
you
in my
do a
game.
trick?
I'm telling you. All that training.
Yeah.
Yep. Kiss your gold medal goodbye for a muted nose grab
Huh?
or whatever that is.
A muted nose
I
grab?
don't know what it's called. Something.
Yes
Looks
and
like
no.
an Xbox 360.
You don't snowboard, do you? Oh man, don't jump around like that.
Yo, why is the dealer waiting so long?
Let's go. Give him an 8. Bam. Bam.
Why, what's up?
Peace, homie. Wow. That's a shameful smile. You know when that you just.
I will
you
mod
just
story
so
mode.
embarrassed, you just have to laugh.
Yeah. I'd be like, you know, just for jumping around, I'm gonna take you and your wife out.
All right, we got some junior high school football here.
Yeah, and we got that doorknob formation.
Nice.
Right there. That's the doorknob. You twist the
Oh.
doorknob. Oh, he did. Oh, the pounds were. Oh.
He did a flip on the 10-yard line. Oh, I love volleyball.
I love watching volleyball.
Oh, nice! Don't celebrate! Ah. Yeah, that's very good on Belgium's part, but
The short form for Belgium is Bell?
I don't know.
What if it's Belarus?
Oh, that's a good point.
Or Taco Bell? Passes it to the goalie. The
No!
goalie celebrates.
Oh, man. Oh.
I don't think the goalie should ever celebrate.
Alright, this is my new pet goldfish, guys. I'm gonna put him in this new
Alright.
Bro, that fish is dead.
Yeah, he needs some water, bro.
Oh, he's alive.
Oh, he's good. Oh.
I wonder what a goldfish tastes like.
Okay, inventory's full.
No. Thought he won it.
Oh, no.
Yo, video games are this hype?
Oh, he got wiped! He got wiped!
That sucks so bad.
Yo,
Oh, man.
I love nerds.
Same.
It is known that the bottom bricks in Jenga are the hardest bricks to pull.
That is very true.
But this guy does not care.
Wow, he did it. But wait, he's got to put it back on top. And it's got to go on the side that it's leaning to. Big problem.
This guy did not take any classes in architect.
Nope.
Because Jameson rule says when one brick is taken off,
It falls down.
it's falling.
Jameson?
It's a rule that I just made up right now.
Yeah, of course you do. Got a pug? Or
Dude, that's
bull-
a
British-
French. That's a
French
bulldog.
whatever those called. Nope. Use the stairs next time, bro.
He smelt the Krispy Kremes. The checker flag is waiting for him. But he stopped. Why did he stop? The checkered flag's fault? I think it's the flag fault guy. The guy's flag is that's his fault. It's the guy who who waved the flag. Yo, where'd you get that Pikachu sleeping mask?
He just wants the Pikachu sleeping mask.
Ah, you suck. That's a lot of cups. Nice. Nice. You got this. You got this. Nice.
What?
Because the cups have to stay standing.
Really?
That was almost a world record. That block in the back? What is that?
No, that guy was actually holding the ball.
Oh! What? They need to paint the goal line a different color. You know, like this is happening way too often.
Yeah, like orange.
Well, they do. The goal post is orange.
I've been seeing yellow this whole time.
You might be colorblind.
Yo, she did not touch the plate. They could just get a new ball.
I thought they ought, like, I didn't know you actually had to run the bases. Like, I thought it was just like home run, it's like implied.
No, you
Oh, it
have
makes
to
sense.
touch
I
the
like
Right.
it.
Oh. So whatever treat the cat eats.
Thanks, very smart. Wow, get rocked, bro. Get rocked, bro.
He thought he won.
No, you didn't win! Any type of orange cat's gonna win, I'm telling you.
Like Garfield.
Like Garfield would have won, yeah. He's like the supreme orange cat. He gets it. He gets it. Is it
Oh,
him or
this
her?
guy with the
Is
blue
it him or
jacket
her?
is celebrating.
Come on, Janet. There you go, girl. Nice.
She has a sign on it though.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're fighting for that chair. Yo.
Nice. Get it. She's gonna win. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. She had ferocity, determination. That always wins.
And guess jeans.
Don't let boredom celebrate too early. Click this video to continue your fun. And remember, we love you guys.
Peace.
We're in the middle of nowhere. We have a helicopter, and boys, we have a one-ton rubber band. There we go. The whole show. We are going mental. Oh, crazy. Higher and higher will this go, and then even higher. Because why not? How high will this thing bounce? How'd you find that, Matt?
Yeah, interesting.
How close to the target do you got?
Oh, I reckon that's probably well done.
Ball looks fine.
I don't think you lost the band. It's good to go again.
Bounce height, do we need to calculate?
Guys, I got an exciting X and Y graph to show you. Wave of force transfer. Did you see that
I
wave?
did see the wave of force
That's
transfer.
consistent with an ocean wave.
Oh, WOFT? What?
Look at the graph.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Can you read this? Read this.
Bounce height in feet.
And what's this?
Drop height, also in feet.
So as we drop it higher, we will get a higher bounce. And this is where we begin.
Humble. I need to show you the purple box of destiny.
Ooh.
Because drop height currently maxes out at 570 feet, but it could go to 2,000. 5,000. 10,000. The drop could be over here with the grass.
So you can expect much science today.
Next drop height. Do we go the height of the tower? Yeah.
Ooh,
Which is
what's that?
about 150
Around
feet.
the 150.
That's 5 times what we just did.
Lock it in. It feels right, doesn't it? Drop the tower height.
We've got the target out. It's an absolute beauty. Rexy's going on the X. Here we go, boys. Flip me.
Take her up, please.
Lift off for round 2. You raise me up.
If you've been dragged in by the YouTube algorithm, I suggest you subscribe. This is just normal content, really?
Good call.
No. Did I put him in there?
Easy, easy, boy, easy.
That was a big bounce.
No bands off either.
No freaking damage.
Oh my goodness.
Can't wait to get on my X and Y graph.
GoPro definitely got a squish.
Hey,
he's rolling. How did you get away? Where is that first band?
I'm standing in the initial crater. I am standing in the secondary crater.
It's in frame.
Touch down and kiss the earth. How pancakey are you going to be?
What level of waft?
Oh!
Oh, the waft is living on.
Push, oh, and wobble, roll. Oh!
And we haven't lost a band yet. And do you know why we haven't lost a band? Because we had 13 people working for 65 hours putting on continuous bands.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no weak spots. Because other people have done these big balls, but they've joined rubber bands together. But we got custom ordered massive bands from China. And I think we're going to reap the rewards today. My goodness.
Time to calculate the bounce height with time.
This formula isn't bulletproof.
No, it's not.
But this is a very heavy item going straight up and down that's got like hardly any resistance.
Yeah, and it gets it within a bull's roar, you know?
That's what I thought.
Oh, that was good.
Gaunson's onto the graph.
53 feet from a 150 feet drop. Would you agree there?
Yeah.
Are we happy?
Are you going to connect them?
Well, we could.
Line graph. Oh, I mean, you've got to, don't you? We're trending upwards. Where's the next dot going?
Are we doubling?
We're going to 300 feet.
Let's go. Let's get shaky.
Alright, double up.
Time to let you in on a little secret, guys. Got a second chopper.
Also, someone here has a better mustache than what I have.
Philip, can we see your mustache? Oh, wow, that's sensational. Here's our pilot, and we're going up so we can film from the air. You want to get up there?
I'm going chopper. Heron loaded into chopper. Secondary filming angle. I'm going to be at about the ball height and just follow it down. Whew. How good.
Heron chopper is ready. Left chopper is ready.
It's time to go to 450 feet. We were going to do 300 and the guys were like, go big. What landmarks in the world are 150 meters or 450 feet tall?
I never did that research.
Well, it's taller than the torch dude in New York.
Definitely a woman, Statue of Liberty, yes. It's higher than Gordon Dam, which is where I made my world record basketball shot, which Stu Perfect broke and then Jake broke twice again. Heron is airborne, folks. Guys, this is getting serious. And Gonz, we could be going higher. So we need to give the ball a name.
Let's call him Wafty.
Because he's got
Waves of force
transfer.
transfer through it.
Look, he's lighting it up.
Yeah.
giant rubber band ball drop video from 2,000 feet. Yeah, it's a world record bounce.
This is like the strongest.
They're trying to get the rubber band ball to bounce the highest. That's supposed to be the world record.
I know.
They're using helicopters. Right now they're only at 450 feet.
So this is what we're
I know, they're not even there yet.
This is why it's so strong, because we've got continuous bands with no ties. Aaron's out of the chopper. Time to get a height reading from the boys.
I went 33 meters or 108 feet.
Get excited, everyone. The what? That is like science. You seeing that? Virtually in line. We're starting to dip a tiny bit. But geez, it's in the ballpark.
We have been discussing the next drop height. That is 1,060 of the feet variety. Really well. Sits really well. These are the only bands that have come off, Aaron. 2. Oh, and how they gone to go? 3. 3 bands.
I don't know.
Next one.
Of a ton. Yeah.
So 1,000 feet, boys. The science says that will be around the 60-meter bounce.
Is that science? Is it? What's your formula from the science?
Oh, double what we got? 2 times.
60 meters is a ginormous bounce.
I mean, that's bouncing over the tower with ease.
That's the highest bounce of anything ever. Sure. I mean, I'm not researching that, and I'm sure that's not true, but I'm going to claim it.
I'm going to second it.
World record bounce.
World record bounce happening right
60
here.
meters would be like bouncing over the signal company. I'm going to remove my jumper and show you what's underneath.
There we are. That's way better.
Oh, yeah, my hand's stuck in your jumper.
It's probably beyond my understanding, guys, but basically look at the sophistication in this hook system. I mean, there's electronics, there's rope, there's... What are these things called again? But basically, it's been well thought through. It's way more professional than probably anything we've ever done.
It's got steel. That's a dot point.
And it's working, and I'm rapt about that.
And it's paid for by Heritage.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to help pay for it, can you buy some merch? Michael, I just want to give you a big high five for all your efforts in the helicopter things and the rigging. And Michael also did the most building of that one. So I want to see a lot of love for Michael. Do you want to give your predictions on 1,000 feet? I reckon we're going to lose probably 30 to 40 rubber bands and a big bounce. But only 30 bands. How strong is it, eh?
You can get in as a Jack's brain here as well. What are you thinking, Jack?
Well, the thing is, I got to put these guys right somewhere. I want them to be close. The temptation is to move them backwards. So there's like, yes. But is that...
No, but...
Yeah.
Like any good ones?
Welcome back.
Well, if it was me, fortune favours the brave, I think.
Shit.
So loud! Can you be quiet? Helicopter.
Here we go, folks.
Has Heritage ever done a double helicopter shoot?
Who has?
Is that Hollywood? It's
If it's not Hollywood, it's at least Hollywood. Probably lacking maybe a little bit of wood, but we're close.
Oh, yeah. Let's just see some of Jared's shots.
She'll be coming round the mountain.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I thought for sure I'd get it from someone. Here we go, folks, 1,000 feet. Where is that chopper? There it is. Goodness me. Are we good? Let me subscribe if you haven't. We're doing some crazy things these days. Hold on, Wafty. The suspense is flipping crazy. We're going to do a countdown. It might not even work. 3, 2, 1. Oh, close. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, could be. Could be.
Net hurting.
Tyler really loves to just precisioning.
He wants to hit Rexy on the nose. My arms are killing me.
You're doing
wow.
You're doing good. Like, hey, if he's gonna hold in, you gotta hold in. Oh, this could be it.
Oh, Jesus. This is definitely getting like red zone for Stanford. Red zoning. Snap it off! I never thought I'd be saying this. I really don't even care if it's the X. Just get him down. He's just gonna have to go.
He's gonna have to pull it. That is very high.
Oh, gosh. I'm really trying. I need
I could give you a break.
Oh, yeah, that's big. Big. Stop! The burn! Matt's got high standards. I like it, but it's hurting so bad. Oh, we're away!
It might have it in frame.
I reckon we missed the target by about 20 metres, which from 1,000 feet with a swinging pendulum, not a bad effort.
Matt, you don't want to see this.
Look at the crater! That is very large. Wow, we have not lost many.
Let's say we lost 10 kilos, and I'm probably overdoing it.
And that ball, after we watch the slow-mo, will be going up higher.
Let's go with the high speed.
5,440.
Oh, Jack, you are in there. How is it? Oh! Oh! Wow. Waves of force.
There goes the band. Where's Wafty? We lost Wafty.
Oh!
Wow.
And that's how
It's an egg.
Oh.
It's an egg.
And it's not really live.
You see how it peeled off?
I've got some math for you, Gaunson. 1,000 feet. 77 feet. So we've gone down. We've actually got this in the back. Somehow.
Somehow. See how far it went to the earth?
Oh, so that came at a cost of energy. I reckon. So we lost some joules. How did we lose some joules, Gaunson?
They went to the earth.
They left us. They left us. Left us. Oh, wow. What is going on here? There's some science happening. They've written an X. That's big. X equals loss.
My motherfucking arms hurt.
They took it from us.
Yeah.
Let's say 1,000.
It worked.
Then 2,000 will be 2x. Or
1,000 pound blues.
it is just go with me. Then you get, let's say we take half.
Oh, that is good.
That's the way. Still,
I hear about that.
so we still get half.
1 minute.
You know what we've been doing? Scratch. We have a delicious beef burger. Not all
You.
farmer, so to speak. Not no, the farmer had a beef burger with us, and he sold it to a bunch of stuff. And he said, boys, not all of them. You're in the valley. He was like, guys, you're in the
God
valley.
damn.
Soft as in I can't say the next one. And then literally he was like, lift your eyes, God, to the hills, to the plains where there's more rocky land. So we should get a bigger bounce. How good? Let's go. We're going to 2,000 feet.
This is going to put Wafty to the test
Oh,
in
yeah.
an enormous way. Wafty could be whipped off.
I mean, can you feel it, boy? It's real tough.
My turn to go up in the filming chopper with Pilot Philip and his legendary Mo. 2,000 feet, we're coming for you.
It's away. It's away. Oh, look at that image. That is so good. Yes.
Lawson, this could be our last drop.
I don't know. Shit, I just been sitting. I don't care more to come, but
High. Wow.
The drop zone looks very, very small from up.
it's just
He's
going
at
on
the
my
right
phone.
altitude. He's literally going to just fly in the line of sight of the X, and then he's just going to drop it. So we've got to just be ready.
Coming into position.
Just making a pass.
It's
And
going to go at any
dropping.
point. Any point. Wow, it's high.
What's the way?
It's away.
Wow, it's going way out. Right.
Wow.
Do it.
Oh!
Had a big miss, and we've lost a lot of band.
Guys, there are bands everywhere.
There's like a whole nother rubber band ball here.
There's some weight here, hey? Dude.
Have a look at the crater, Gaunson.
Yeah, that's big, eh?
Hasn't been the last one. So our plan of hitting the harder rock didn't happen.
Well, Gary, we've still got quite a big ball there. It's still big, guys.
Still huge.
We gotta go that again. One more drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So
What?
No.
5 seconds. 5 seconds, here we go. Stop, 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 stop. It's away!
Oh yeah, I've been there about that movie.
Away!
Yeah.
Whoa! We are losing, man!
I said it wasn't a bad movie.
Oh my goodness!
Is that registering on the Richter scale? There's just bands everywhere.
Well, you enjoy the rest of your day now.
Folks, it's official. We got one more drop. Gotta get it much closer to the zone. Join the boys down the bottom. It's been a bit hectic from 2,000 feet.
Ooh.
Is everyone good? Not
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm trying to get you.
Good. Here we go.
In the making.
That looks way better.
She been modest about it.
Wow. That looks way better. Come on,
She's like, what else you got? No, she said, what else? I said it. She's like, I'll beat you up. I'm like, whoa, that's. And Jason's like, nah, beat his ass, beat his ass.
Mm. Yeah, no.
She came over there and she's like, oh, but that's what she did. It ain't Jason.
That was good! Yeah! Still rolling, big fella. Well, look at this trail.
I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Here, and all the rubber bands are over there. That's 100 meters.
That's how I start off, my boy.
Damage. The Charlotte crater resulted in the way bigger.
The wind of the work.
was flipping enormous.
Yeah, I go there, right, no more.
That is huge. 48
Huh?
meters. That's higher than the tower. He's still very heavy. Living contest, everyone. Guess the weight of Wafty. We'll get back to the warehouse and we'll weigh it, and if you're the closest, we'll pin you! Oh, look at that. Nice straight line. Up we go. We got higher. See, and we went up the valley and up onto the Lasta. Well, that's been great, lads. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Huge effort from many people to make that video happen. 44 Club, thanks for your support. Get on board the train if you're not already. Here's some spice for the amazing new demon tribal leader, Be'lakor the Dark Master. This is a huge flying beater that immediately draws you cards equal to the number of demons you control and dishes out tons of damage as your other demons enter the battlefield, making it a fantastic leader for all the sweetest demons in the format. But what I'm most excited for is putting Gyruda, Doom of Depths, in the companion zone, which works perfectly with our commander's abilities. It's a huge demon that reanimates our other huge demons, which is exactly what Be'lakor wants to do. We can dial up the fun even further though by running the Spark Double to keep copying Gyruda as well, reanimating even more demons while Be'lakor continues to dish out 6 damage each time they enter the battlefield. Hit me up with your Be'lakor spice in the comments section below. Here's some spice for
But it's a lot funnier when it's served as passive-aggressively as possible. From handing the strictly a popsicle made of food to embarrassingly exposing a scheming scammer, it's time to dive into some more awesomely passive-aggressive ways people got revenge. Madhouse mischief. Getting cheated on is enough to drive you crazy. But what if you were cheated on, dumped, and then told to pack your things and leave, all while your partner was away on a work trip? Well, that's exactly what happened to one man called Duke. So he decided to drive her crazy, quite literally. After recovering from the brutal news, Duke bought a load of tiny noisemakers. They're incredibly annoying devices that make quiet, barely audible sounds at random intervals. You know, totally non-creepy things like children's laughter and odd scratching noises. Then, before he left the house, Duke sneakily hid these little noisemakers everywhere he could. A few months passed, and he was out with a friend one night when they asked if he knew any good pranks to play on people. Duke started to tell them about the noisemakers when they suddenly burst out laughing. Naturally, Duke asked why. It turns out his ex and her new partner had only lasted a few months. Apparently, they'd both been complaining to everyone about weird and inexplicable noises they'd been hearing around their house. What's more, they often didn't hear the same things as each other. They knew what was going on, and after trying to figure it out for ages, the new partner had finally reached the only conclusion he could, that they were both going insane. Unable to stand it, he bailed from both the house and the relationship. And Duke's ex moved out shortly afterwards. When his friend had finished telling him everything, Duke was left grinning. The only truly crazy thing about the whole situation was how well his plan had worked. Don't middle with me. Occasionally, you'll meet people who are jerks for no reason other than, well, they're jerks. Reddit user Troubled Neighbor met just such a group of girls while dining at his favorite restaurant, back at the start of 2022. They seemed fine at first, sitting in the booth behind him and causing no trouble. After they left, one of them forgot their glasses. The waitress quickly asked if he could go after them and return them. Happy to help, he got up and followed them out. They were in their car, so he tried to flag their attention. But as he did so, the two women in the front seat burst out laughing at him. Then they immediately hit the gas and shouted some kind of slur while flipping him the finger out the window. Well, Troubled Neighbor suddenly didn't feel so kind. Still clutching the pair of glasses, he opened up one of the trash cans outside and threw them in. The restaurant. A few minutes later, and lo and behold, the group of girls returned in search of the missing spectacles. The waitress pointed at Troubled Neighbor, and they came over asking where he put them. His response? Oh, I put them in the trash outside after you gave me the middle finger. The girls left without apologizing, but then a further few minutes later, they came back again asking which trash can he'd thrown them in. Troubled Neighbor shrugged and gave them the finger and went back to eating his food, which was probably made all the more delicious thanks to that sweet side order of revenge.
You told them?
You know what tastes even better than revenge, though? Being the first to know about all my latest videos. So hit those like and subscribe buttons, or I'll have to exact some kind of revenge. Just joking. Or am I? Right, what's next? Naughty neighbors. If you've ever been kept awake at night by loud, antisocial neighbors, you'll know just how annoying it can be. But some people don't just sit and take it. Oh no, they strike back. Like this couple who decided to exact revenge on the noisy people upstairs in a rather novel way. I wonder how they like those loud stomping footsteps at 4 a.m. And then we've got Canadian comedian Matt O'Brien, who'd been suffering from the same problem. That is, until he realized he could connect to his annoying neighbor's Bluetooth speaker and play them a little something he made himself.
Your music sucks.
The lesson? Don't annoy the comedian downstairs that can both produce music and hack your speakers. Nobody's taking it further than YouTuber Matthew VR, though, who invented his own special device to automatically take revenge if his neighbors are too loud. With a microphone attached to the wall, a nifty piece of circuitry, and 2 giant speakers, our man created an insane technological contraption. Anytime the neighbors are loud enough to hit red on the circuit for 10 solid seconds, the speakers blast annoying music back through the wall at them, and it works surprisingly well.
Our neighbors are playing their loud music again, as you can probably hear, so I've got the system all set up here.
Genius.
I used to do that too.
Admittedly, the original
I got
video
annoying.
features Matt blasting Who Let the Dogs Out to his neighbors, but I can't play that tune without the Baja Man taking all my ad revenue. You get the idea, right? Either way, with all that loud music blasting both ways, I can't help but wonder if there's a third neighbor hiding outside the apartment holding a baseball bat. Person Courier. One day in April 2022, questionably named Reddit user SaltyWeb247 was returning home from the supermarket with a heavy bag of groceries. When he got to his apartment block, a delivery man was stood outside with a parcel trolley. Salty let him in first while he checked his mailbox, but the delivery man got straight into the elevator and started running it up before Salty had a chance to get in with him. Considering Salty's apartment was on the 7th floor and he had all his groceries to carry, this was pretty annoying. But then things got a lot worse. The elevator stopped on the 4th floor and stayed there far longer than it should have. Then it went up to the 5th floor and stayed there for ages as well. Salty realized that the courier must have been leaving his trolley in the way of the elevator doors while he delivered the parcels, thus barring anyone else from getting in. What's more, the elevator kept going up after the 5th floor and kept stopping. Now Salty was incensed. Who did this guy think he was? So he decided to get petty. After waiting until the elevator got all the way to the 16th floor, Salty suddenly started dashing up the stairs, hitting every single elevator button on the way until he got to his apartment on the 7th floor. Then he waited in the stairwell. The elevator descended past his floor, and by the time it got to the 5th floor, Salty could hear the courier loudly cursing from inside as he was forced to stop for the 3rd time in a row. And it was only going to get worse. Yep, the only thing getting successfully elevated now was his blood pressure. Get robbed. Over in California, they're known for having some pretty wild parties. But not everyone who lives there is so keen to get down. Geologist Melissa Scruggs doesn't usually mind it, but when a group of students next door stayed up all night partying, and for some reason moved a giant rock in front of her car, she saw red. Little did they know, you don't mess with Melissa Scruggs. At 7:30 a.m. on the dot, she went outside with her auto chipper, which is essentially a big noisy automatic drill. The students hadn't long been asleep, and they were going to be nursing some pretty terrible hangovers. So Melissa put on her headphones, turned on the drill, and got to work smashing the boulder to pieces in the loudest, most aggravating way possible. And it wasn't a quick job either. She sent harsh, searing noise into her neighbor's house for an entire 4 hours. That's one rough wake-up call. Finally, her work was done, and she relented. Melissa didn't just get her revenge, she absolutely smashed it. Who doubt? Nobody likes a school bully, so when one gets what's coming to them, there's nothing more satisfying. Well, Brazilian Be Amazed viewer Lukaku used to be terrorized by just such a bully. And oh boy, did he give them what was coming. The bully would routinely go around demanding food from the other students, threatening to beat them up if they didn't hand it over. Lukaku had been the victim of this food thievery many times, but one day after yet another lost lunch, he decided it was the last straw. So after returning home from school, he did as all angry people would do. That's right, he took a great big dump in the toilet, put some gloves on, fished it out, then slid it straight onto a popsicle stick. Okay, maybe not as all angry people would do. Anyway, he shaped the turd so it could pass as an ice pop, then melted some chocolate in a bowl and gave it a good dipping to cover up the smell. I think you might have already guessed where this is going. Our hero then let the sticky brown mess in the food to harden. The next day came and Lukaku packed the poopsicle into his lunchbox. And sure enough, when lunchtime came, the bully swagged his way over to Lukaku with a nasty gleam in his eyes. Without hesitation, Lukaku handed him the frozen butt truffle. The bully cackled, took a big bite out of it, and immediately spewed it everywhere. Lukaku burst out laughing, and the bully ran off crying. Safe to say, Lukaku was expelled, but you can bet that bully didn't steal anyone's food ever again. So you may not be able to polish a turd, but you definitely can cover one in chocolate. Key colleague. If you find a lost key with a phone number attached to it, you call the number to return it to its rightful owner, right? So when Emily McArdle from Liverpool, UK found this one, she did just that. But she was surprised to find out that the person on the other end was not happy to hear her voice. It turns out the key was part of an elaborate prank designed to get revenge on its apparent owner. You see, it didn't belong to Jeff at all. It was actually a fake key with his number written on it to entice people like Emily into unknowingly nuisance buying him. And whoever planted it had also planted a ton more, all marked with different names but the same number. Apparently Jeff, or whatever his real name is, had an old work colleague he didn't get along with, so they'd gone about scattering the keys everywhere they could. What's more, it turns out that the revenge prank communication is key after all. Roomie retaliation. When you're living in the same house as someone, you're gonna have disagreements. It's pretty much unavoidable. Some housemates respond to these spats more passive-aggressively than others, though. One guy lived with someone that had a habit of putting the toilet paper on the wrong way around. So one day he told them to put it on the right way. But when he went to the restroom later on, he found this. Was that a bit of an overreaction from the roomie? Quite possibly, but I guess you just have to roll with it. Meanwhile, somebody else got revenge on their food-stealing roomie by letting them know they'd left them a slice of pizza. Only it was a slice with a slice taken out, if you get what I mean. Not gonna lie, I'd still have eaten it. But of all the roommate disagreements, couples are likely to have the worst. One such couple had a tip in 2013, so one of them decided to apologize by making the other a very special box lunch. A delicious ham, cheese, and plastic sandwich. Ah yeah, it wasn't an apology at all. Just another passive-aggressive screw you. I know some people call American cheese plastic cheese, but they don't usually mean it literally. Shaming the scammer. Unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers in the world. I know I've fallen for a few, but sometimes they get exactly what's coming to them. Like when one tried to scam Reddit user Drunken Black Sheep out of $1,500 of her hard-earned cash. Sheep was in her mid-20s at the time, and, in her own words, has a soft, girly appearance and an eternal baby face. Because of this, despite her being quite knowledgeable about cars, mechanics would always assume she was clueless. Well, one day she was at a garage getting her oil changed when one of the mechanics gave her car a free inspection. Afterwards, he solemnly told her that her vehicle was in such bad shape that it could break down at any second. To illustrate the point, he showed her the car's air filter, which was filled with dead grass, dirt, dead insects. But she knew her car was fine, and she'd literally just replaced the air filter the day before. So this dude had put all that crap in himself to try and freak her out. Suddenly, a devious plan formed in Sheep's mind. Rather than immediately calling him out, she played along, pretending she knew nothing about cars and acting as upset as she could muster. Then she rang her dad, who's a mechanic, and got him to play along too. Everybody at the garage was watching now as she cried down the phone about how much money she was going to lose. The mechanic could barely contain his smug delight, but then out of nowhere, Sheep's expression changed and she started laughing. The mechanic's smug face quickly turned to shock. Then she put her dad on loudspeaker. He was laughing too. Taking the air filter in her hand, she told everyone how she'd only replaced it the previous day, so the mechanic must be a lying scam artist. She continued laughing, thrust the filter back at him, and told him to clean it out so she could leave. Now everybody, including all the other customers, were laughing. Everybody other than the mechanic, that is, whose face had gone completely red. Without another word, he took the filter and did as he was told. After reinstalling her clean filter, she rode off into the sunset. Now that's what I call karma. Taking out the trash. If you've ever worked in a kitchen, you'll know everyone's got to pull their weight, or the whole operation can go up in flames. Very literally. Well, Reddit user Atlanta247 works in a kitchen with one coworker who apparently didn't know that. Or more likely, was just lazy. The coworker would routinely come in late and get over and off. When she did come in, she'd bring in her own dirty dishes with her and dump them on the side to be washed by someone else. As well as that, she'd leave half-filled mugs of coffee lying around until they curdled. Then, when she was reprimanded about it, she'd dump them by the dishwasher too. After weeks of cleaning up the lazy coworker's mess, Elena finally reached the end of her tether. One day she came into work and was greeted with a big pile of gross, stinking dishes by the sink. Well, Elena knew exactly whose they were. So, without a second thought, she gathered them all up and threw them straight into the trash can with a satisfying sigh. And hey, as well as being forced to clean her own dishes, right? Even if you don't like sand, what's not to love about Simon Sea? However, I definitely don't want any of that in my house. So I can't imagine how the owner of this bedroom reacted after he got back from vacation and found his roommates had transformed it into this. The guy in question began the vacation and gloated about it for months while she was rolling the odds. Though they decided he could stay on vacation forever. I can't lie, it might be petty as hell, but the sheer amount of work that went into this is well, come on, this is not going to be bad. Having said that, there's no way all that sand is going to be efficiently tidied from that room. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys were still finding the stuff all over the house and the roof of the house. Is it worth it? I don't know. Regardless, it's worth it. Sand in the market. Crop it up. Although the COVID-19 pandemic made wearing face masks the norm, back in 2013 it was odd to see anybody wearing one unless you lived in Asia, where they've been used publicly for years. Reddit user Nashiwa didn't live in Asia. Instead, she recently been diagnosed with cancer. The chemotherapy left her weak and think she can find a hospital. On the rare occasion she was allowed out, she had to wear a mask to protect herself. Well, on one of these rare days, she ordered out of the local mall and sat down on a bench for a while. Suddenly, a young teenage boy came over to her and started making fun of her with no reason whatsoever. Though making fun is putting it lightly. He told her she had the plague, that she was putting everyone else at risk, and even went as far as to say she should be shot. Oh boy, seems like a nice kid now. And since the shooter stood up, I encouraged her to go to his closer and square up to her. Just as he was within inches,
bless you.
twice in his face and followed it with a small oops. The effect was immediate. The boy was as pale as a ghost, was knocked on the gate, and after a few seconds, he moved away. The shoe was sat back down and relished in the moment. Despite the mask, there was no masking the sweet of revenge. Car park chaos. If you drive a car and you ever wrong someone, watch out, because it seems there's no more popular way of getting back at somebody than messing with their precious automobile. You can help yourself by not parking like an idiot, though. In other words, this guy who made the mistake of parking over 2 spaces at once. It's a good time to walk on the street when someone has to grab to the vehicle. And whoever owned this car made the same mistake, though their punishment was arguably worse. Yeah, someone managed to literally flip this little smart car over onto its side, so it only took up 1 space. More effective than flipping the bird, I suppose. But car-related business isn't just reserved for rich drivers. When one man had the bright idea of cheating on his girlfriend, she paid him back in a rather novel fashion. That is, by investing in an absolute gold mine's worth of sanitary towels and completely covering his car with them. That's one almighty effort. Period. Satisfaction is a natural and inevitable part of life. But if you've worked hard, by the end of your life, you might have a good amount of cash to leave to whoever you want. Reddit user GamerNerd93's grandpa had prepared early for the eventuality and written his will way back in 1998. After he with his wife, which was declared arranged as outdoor possession, and the money split 3 ways between James' father, aunt, and cousin. It makes sense, as all 3 were raised by the couple from birth. The problem was, ever since the will had been written, GamerNerd's father had demanded that the lion's share of the money go straight to him. Why? Well, he didn't have a reason other than freely claiming that his wife was dead. Anyway, jump to March 2022, and the greedy papa had made the 10-hour journey to Grandpa's house just to start up the age-old argument again. By this point, everyone was sick of it, so old Gramps decided to take action. GamerNerd got a phone call while his dad was still away. It was Gramps informing him that the will was now being split 7 ways, to include GamerNerd and his sisters as well. Meaning far from getting the lion's share, his dad is now getting a whole lot less than before. Zing! It just goes to show, where there's a will, there's a way. With the perfect version of the bin, trashing the trasher. Alright, settle in, because if you think you've heard some wild tales so far, nothing compares to this one. Reddit user Donut Clouds lives in a quiet neighborhood in Pennsylvania, USA. Or at least it was quiet until this super trashy neighbor moved in. By super trashy, I'm talking blaring terrible music at all hours, smoking while 9 months pregnant, and being a general nuisance. Worst of all, though, she started throwing her trash bags over into Donut Cloud's yard, which is bad enough on its own. But the neighborhood's garbage policy requires all trash be put into a special purple bag or it won't be collected. Well, Donut Cloud's neighbor, we'll call her Susie, didn't want to pay the small amount extra for the purple bags. So the bags she yeeted into Donut Cloud's yard weren't even being picked up. When Donut Clouds confronted her about it, she just laughed. And the cops didn't care either. So it went on for months with Donut Clouds having no option but to buy twice the number of purple bags to wrap up Susie's trash as well as his own. But it couldn't go on forever. It was a relatively cheap neighborhood, and Donut Clouds knew that although he owned his own, Susie only rented hers. Devilishly devious plan began to form. Donut Clouds got the number for Susie's landlord, Reagan, and offered to buy the house next door for cut above its market value. The landlord jumped at the offer. So the very next thing Donut Clouds did was walk up to the fence Susie so loved throwing her trash over and handed her a big fat eviction notice. Oh, Susie didn't like that. But no matter how much she protested, she couldn't argue with the law. 31 days later and Susie was gone, while Donut Clouds had just netted himself a whole new patch of land. Damn, he really took out the trash, in more ways than one. Alright then, that's just about all the petty vengeance I can handle for one day. Which was your favorite? And do you have any stories of your own to share? They could make it into the next video, so drop your comments down below, and thanks for watching.
That's great. He said, fuck it, I'll buy your house and get you the fuck up too.
Yep. That's some shit we would do. You want to keep being annoying? Okay, I got you.
Oh my god. Here we go again. Like I said in part 12 of this series, there's literally no end to the amount of dumb, stupid, and straight up embarrassing ways that people have managed to remove themselves from the gene pool. So much so that we're now on to part 13 of this series. Well, strap in and get ready, as we look at even more idiots who ended themselves in the most embarrassing
Still
ways
remember
possible.
episode of 100 Ways to Die? Where this one chick, any touch,
Back in April
she would have a
Orgasm.
orgasm.
Yep, I remember that episode. I'm like,
She's
oh.
walking up the steps with laundry, and her boyfriend fucked with him. Well, fucked with her. She just had a giant orgasm, fell down the steps, broke her neck.
Yep. I'm like, you know what? When I seen that, I'm like, that would be how I want to go.
And not just any bottle. One from a crate right in the
But
middle. Anyone who's ever played
that's some shit.
knows this is a rookie error. And
Orgasm.
as you probably guessed,
Oh my
as that collapsed,
That's-
she underneath all that
The
water.
only thing I was
Wasn't
thinking
found
at
until
that
the
point,
next
like,
day, staff had to go
that'd be
back through the
horrible.
CCTV
I don't even like
footage
orgasms
of
as
this
of right
chaos.
now.
Like, just to be doing anything and just have to randomly orgasm, that would be annoying. Because you're like,
you
the fuck?
realize how much I throw my body or I mean, butting the walls and shit.
How many times I tried, I always end up with more balls
Isn't
on
that
the
maybe
board
like,
than
oh
balls in
no.
the air. Now, I've seen juggling masters that can heat swords, fire
I don't
sticks,
like being sticky as
chainsaws
it
up
is.
in the wood. Worst comes to worst, they
I
can
butt
only
the
really
wall.
really
Fuck!
themselves.
Maybe I'm sticky.
I use little ping pong
Like what?
balls, and eggs, and I'm feeling extra spicy. But the
Excuse
only
me.
smart people, and even experts won't touch grenades. I mean, juggling grenades. That's the dumbest thing I think I've ever heard. No one would be dumb enough to do that, right? Right? Let's rewind to 2001 and head over to Vidovic, Croatia. College students
Someone
were
really died
really
juggling grenades.
One of them decided to try and impress his friends by juggling a few items, one of which was, you guessed it, a hand grenade. I'm honestly struggling to follow the logic
Yo,
here.
the fuck?
Having pulled the pin, he proceeded to juggle with a live explosive. Now, grenades work via a chemical reaction, giving the thrower a few precious seconds to get out of range before it explodes. This guy, for whatever reason, didn't think this applied to him, and the grenade exploded as he was juggling it. The blast injured 6 equally dumb onlookers, but our Darwin Award winner was removed from the gene pool completely. Well, I'd have been acting like a clown. This guy ended up proving he was the entire circus. You know what you can do for kicks that's less dangerous than pulling the pin on a grenade for clout? Hitting those like and subscribe buttons. I promise, they won't explode. All done. Alright. What moronic move have we got next? Car wash creep. Chances are you've been through an automated car wash before, right? Okay, what's the first rule of using an automated car wash? No, it isn't record a TikTok. It's don't get out of the car. No, seriously, machinery in some of these places is incredibly powerful and can cause serious injuries or worse. Back in April 2022 in San Diego, a man drove into an automated car wash and then, without starting up the cycle, tried to get out of his vehicle while his car was still in gear. Apparently dragged by the vehicle, he ended up fatally pinned in between the left side of his car and the car wash machinery. But here's the thing, no one can explain why he decided to get out of the car. Was there a bee in there with him? Did he think the automated part of the wash meant he didn't need to be in his vehicle? Whatever it was, his car came out the other side of the washer, much messier than before. Pretty fly for a dead guy. Back in November 2021, a student pilot from Houston, Texas was allowed by his instructor to fly solo in a Cessna 172 light aircraft for the first time ever. Absolutely exhilarated by the experience, he went out and bought himself a brand new plane, a Piper PA-28-140, despite not having a full license yet. His instructor clearly told him that he still needed more tutorage before he'd be able to fly solo regularly, and even more so before he could fly his new plane. However, our student wasn't one for rules. It turns out there are quite a few things student pilots can't do. These include fly with a passenger in the aircraft, fly at night without endorsement from the instructor, fly when it's foggy with limited visibility, and fly a different model of aircraft than what's on their license unless specifically endorsed by their instructor. Can you guess how many of these rules the student broke? If you guessed all of them, go get yourself a cookie. Yep, one very foggy evening, he decided to take a friend of his up in his brand new aircraft without telling his instructor. Roughly 4 minutes after taking off, unable to see properly, the plane clipped some nearby treetops, crashing moments later. Neither the student nor passenger survived. Guess he wasn't as fly as he thought he was. All aboard the pain train. I love a good mystery, don't you? Well, back on the 15th of December 2009, that's exactly what the staff of China Subway were faced with. A subway driver was trundling along in his train car when suddenly he spotted the body of a man laying over the tracks. After getting over the shock, confusion set in. How had he gotten here? With the regularity of the trains, there was no way he could have hopped off a platform, run down the tracks, and made it as far as he did. Had he jumped off the back of a moving subway car? Then if he had, why? It didn't make any sense. Because there was no surveillance footage of the location, the police were stumped. But then they discovered that one of the cars on the subway train that had passed over the tracks before the driver discovered the body had a single smashed window. And suddenly it all made sense. This idiot had been alone in the subway car and decided, in all his brilliance, to swing from the handrail and smash one of the windows with his feet. After a couple of attempts, he succeeded, and then was promptly pulled out of the moving train thanks to the suction created by the train moving at speed through the tunnel. Nice. Real smart move there. Well, if ever you needed a really good reason not to damage public property, here it is. Killer pain. There are people out there who will do just about anything to get their hands on a couple of potent pills, if you know what I mean. And I mean anything. Case in point, back in 2009, a Minnesota man figured that he could get his hands on some narcotic pain medication for free if he staged an accident and went to the hospital. Safe to say this guy wasn't the brightest bulb in the box. Nevertheless, he figured if he jumped out of a moving car, the injuries he sustained would ensure the doctors would have to give him the pain meds he craved. So our mastermind revved up his car, started driving, and then jumped out of the moving vehicle. There was just one hitch in his plan. It's hard to ask for pain meds when you're down. Yep, the injuries he sustained from this stupid plot were so severe, he perished at the scene. Well, I haven't got any pain meds on me, but I do have the next best thing. Here you go, my guy. You can have this Darwin Award instead. Fireworks. Lunar New Year's in Kuala Lumpur is really something to behold. The fireworks set against the glittering lights of the city make for a magical night. The thing is, most types of fireworks are actually banned in Malaysia because of the flammable substances they contain. This means most fireworks displays are done illegally, and a lot of the locals don't know how they work, or how to use the industrial scale ones they can illicitly get their hands on. It was for exactly this reason that our next Darwin Award winner joined our ever-growing list. On 2005's Lunar New Year, a man was watching people set off industrial-scale fireworks that shot more than 150 feet into the air outside a club in suburban Kuala Lumpur. Curious, the man decided to get a better look at these powerful fireworks and bent face first over one of the launching tubes they were shooting out of. He was peering down the tube when one came screeching out into his face, sending him flying 30 feet backwards, giving him a few fatal head injuries. Now that's
Well, what do you think is going to happen?
You literally put a loaded gun to your face, looked down the barrel, and said, huh, is this thing loaded?
Boom. And you clearly seen the fireworks coming out of the tube.
Something tripping from the ceiling. So eager to do a good job, he rode the second elevator up the shaft, climbed out a hidden service door, and stepped onto the roof of the first elevator. He began mopping up the puddle when all of a sudden, the elevator jolted. In his rush to get to the leak, he'd forgotten to immobilize the first elevator. Unable to do anything, the first elevator rose to the very top of the shaft, rushing him at the top. I don't envy the next janitor that had to clean up that mess. Saw that coming. Copper theft is a huge problem all over the world. Because of its ability to conduct electricity, it's become an incredibly sought-after building material, especially in the last few years. From January 2020 to May 2021, copper prices in the UK soared by an average of 74%, increasing from around £6,100 to about £10,750 per ton. This hasn't gone unnoticed by thieves, who have taken to stripping construction sites, buildings, even railways of the valuable material however they can. But not all these thieves work with Mission Impossible levels of precision during their raids, as one Scottish man proved back in 2001. The electric trains running across Glasgow collect power from an overhead cable. Any excess electricity is transmitted through a solid copper cable lining the rails, which is then routed to a distribution box. Our man, who appeared to have a good knowledge of these electrical systems, planned to saw this cable up in the time between the trains passing when no electricity was traveling through it. Pretty well thought out, and he might have gotten away with it as well, were it not for one small, tiny, insignificant issue. The timetable he'd based his brilliant plan on was out of date. As he was sawing, the train began approaching 10 minutes before he'd expected it to. Thousands of volts of electricity suddenly jolted through his body, charring him to a crisp. Let's hope would-be thieves out there take this as a sign. A pretty shocking one at that. Cop shot. I'd like to think I'm pretty good at breaking down stories and explaining things so that everyone can understand them. This is something that back in 1993, a police officer in Illinois reportedly attempted to do, but it ended the worst way just about anything can. Another officer from their precinct accidentally discharged their firearm into their stomach, unintentionally ending themselves the week before. In trying to explain how that was possible to his fellow officer, our cop in question decided to reenact the scenario. The Darwin Award winner pulled out his gun, aimed it at his stomach, and pulled the trigger. The only issue was that he forgot there was a bullet in the chamber, and he didn't have the safety on. Apparently he didn't survive. Hopefully no one in the precinct thought to reenact this reenactment. Shoot your shot. Florida. Any American worth their salt knows that the citizens of this state are, without a doubt, some of the weirdest in the entire country. From organizing mass Facebook events to shoot down hurricanes, to painting political messages on crabs, their bizarreness knows no bounds. Seriously, if it's a dumb idea, someone in Florida has probably tried it. Which is what brings us to our next entry. Back in April 2022, four teenagers decided to pick up some fun by using some body armor and, true American style, a handgun. It's not clear where they got the gun, but the teenagers took turns wearing the body armor and shooting each other, recording the whole thing and uploading it to Snapchat. I think we can all see where this is going. Yep, one of them donned the armor and made himself out like a target, but the other teen's aim was ever so slightly off, hitting him fatally in a part of his chest that wasn't covered by the vest. Panicked, the two remaining teenagers called an ambulance and reported the shooting. But then, in an even dumber move, they tried to delete the videos from their Snapchat and lied about what had happened. It didn't take long for an IT specialist to find a video which made the entire situation look even worse than it already was. Hey kids, hot tip here. If you're bored, go play a video game. Don't shoot your friends for Snapchat clout and then dig your own grave by lying about it. Considering these two are being tried as adults and could end up spending the rest of their lives behind bars, I'm going to give them two honorary darlings also. Nice one, boys. You go to proud. MacBook mistake. While I dragged those previous trigger-happy morons over the coals for their dumb gun safety behavior, their stupidity is nothing compared to another bullet-related Darwin Award. Back in March 2022, a Russian soldier in an active Ukrainian war zone came across an abandoned MacBook. Now, he wanted the MacBook. He didn't have anywhere on his person to store it. No problem, he thought. I'll just remove the ballistic breastplate of my body armor and put the MacBook in there. Now, for those who don't know, MacBooks can't stop bullets. They can, a specially designed ballistic breastplate, but hey, it wasn't like he was going to get shot in, oh, I don't know, the active war zone he was in the middle of. Safe to say this stupid soldier didn't make it into Ukraine alive. The Ukrainian soldiers eventually retrieved his body. They not only found the MacBook, but they also apparently found a stolen iPad as well. From the moronic logic this guy was employing, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to use the tablet as a hammer. Fire ants. When police arrived at the scene in Rome, New York, back in 2001, they struggled to understand what they were seeing. A woman's body
I just accidentally beat the game.
grassy area adjacent to her home, and while there was a lighter and melted gas can discovered nearby, there was no immediate sign of foul play. Despite investigating the incident for months, the police turned up nothing and eventually came to the only logical explanation available. This woman had been smoking a cigarette and, according to her neighbors, indulging in her habit of dousing anthills in her yard with gasoline. While she was holding the gas can, an ember from the cigarette fell into the gasoline stream, which quickly ignited and traveled up the stream, bursting the can and immolating the woman in an instant. Guess that makes it ants 1, turn 0. Superhuman stupidity. How strong do you think you are? Are you down at the gym every day pumping iron? Or does your body look like it's been made out of toothpicks? Whatever it is, I think we can all agree there are very few people on Earth that possess the raw strength needed to stop a car in its tracks. With an average car weighing in at a little over 4,000 pounds, you need superhuman strength to go toe-to-toe with any metal beast. But that thought didn't come across one man's mind back in 2001. Apparently, having parked his car at the edge of a reservoir in Fresno, California, he got out only to watch as his car slowly rolled forward towards the water's edge. Now, the logical thing here would be to jump into the car and put it in park, right? But this guy had another idea. He leapt in front of the car as it rolled forwards, assuming he'd be strong enough to act as some sort of immovable object. But he thought a bit too much of himself, and the car just rolled over him, hitting him beneath the water, and he didn't survive. But his story does serve as a reminder that man cannot win a fight against a moving car, no matter how strong he thinks he is. Jet fuel idiocy. We've all taken a wrong turn at some point in our lives, but when there are multiple stop signs, warning signals, and traffic lights, quickly turning back is the logical answer. Though it wasn't for a taxi driver in Rio de Janeiro back in the year 2002. Having dropped on the fare at the Santos Dumont Airport, the taxi driver decided to follow the road around, assuming it'd lead away from the airport at some point. But soon he was confronted by sign after sign telling him he was actually approaching the runway. Flashing lights warned him a plane was on the runway and ready to take off, but apparently ignoring this, the taxi drove straight on. Despite the completely unobscured 737 passenger jet on the runway about to take off, he continued his journey behind it when both the plane's engines revved up. At their peak, each 737 jet engine can produce a huge 50,000 pounds of thrust. And as you probably figured out, a single taxi is no match for all that force. The engines blew the taxi away, flipping it more than 80 feet into the nearby sea. It was a brief journey that the driver didn't survive. I guess the moral of this story is, don't drive right behind a jet plane that's about to take off. Is that not already a given? Falling for you. Usually when you see reams of safety tape blocking off an area, it's a pretty clear sign that you should avoid that area, right? Doesn't matter what's happening inside, it's been blocked off for an important reason. Well, despite this being a pretty universal understanding, back in 2004, there was a man in South Africa who decided to ignore this entirely. Emphasis on that was. He was sitting in a cafe watching a team of lumberjacks across the way with loud chainsaws cutting down some large, heavy trees.
Baby, no, I'm about to lay down.
Finally.
Despite this,
My
our man
back's
suddenly
starting to
made
hurt.
a
I
beeline
need
for
a
the
chair
area.
like that. I don't know why I got a different chair.
You did.
At that exact moment, a huge tree the lumberjacks had point
Baby, roll the block.
No, right now.
Despite their frantic shouts, the
I
gang
clearly just said I was about to lay down.
You didn't say you was going to sleep.
No, I'm not going to sleep.
They weren't so stupid. All natural causes. I'm terrible at taking recent pictures. I never know what pose to start with. The contrary wear. Jokes aside, there was one man in Germany who definitely didn't have these issues. Not only was this guy happy to take photos of himself completely nude, but he
That's
also
so
took these
much
photos
better.
out in public. And we know this for the same reason he ended up with a Darwin Award. Back in September 2000, our man was in his birthday suit in the medieval
No,
city
she
of
said he beat the
Rothenburg,
game.
taking photos of himself on top of
I
a high stone
saved
wall.
before I
He set
built
up
the
his
laser,
camera on a tripod,
just to
hopped
see
up on
what
the
it
wall,
did.
and started pulling a few
Because I went
photos.
to see what it did. I'm like, huh,
Lost
I
his
need
balance
this to
about
build it.
16 feet on the
Save.
ground below. The police
Then went to build it.
had to help the film with the camera to
Did you
piece
beat
the
the
pieces
game or
together,
not?
and I bet they
I
were
did.
thinking he'd accidentally left the lens cap on.
Then I just went back on the old safe.
A buttload of sherry. Alcoholism is a terrible disease, with an estimated 107 million people all over the world suffering from some form of alcohol use disorder. But back in 2004, a man from Texas found a
So why are you
unique
playing
way to
that
take
if
his
you done
disorder to a whole other level.
Because I wasn't done. That was pretty much
Anything acidic was quite a painful
in-game
process.
shit. And there's
He
more
happened to take
DLC
his
shit that I
liquor
haven't done.
rectally.
Oh, okay.
Yep, this guy would give himself alcohol enema. Enema is where you inject liquid into the rectum to stimulate the cleaning of the bowel. However, these liquids can also be taken into the body by way of the bloodstream, which is how our man opted to consume his spirits. One night he was planning to have one hell of a party by buying 2 1.5-liter bottles of sherry and hooking them up for I guess, buckshot? Now usually, when we've had enough to drink, we just stop drinking, or we pass out. Well, our guy had definitely had enough and passed out mid-alcohol enema. However, there was still a lot of sherry all up in his junk, which continued to be absorbed into his bloodstream long after he fell unconscious. By the next morning, he basically embalmed himself. Now, it's legal to drive if your blood alcohol content is below 0.08%. That's roughly 1 drink. At about 6 to 10 standard drinks in, your blood alcohol level is around 0.20%. And you generally need assistance walking. Vomiting and blacking out is also on the cards. Alcohol poisoning and a loss of consciousness sets in when your blood alcohol content is at around 0.25%, which is like consuming 20 to 30 standard drinks. At 0.40%, your body begins to shut down irreversibly. And our Darwin Award winner's blood alcohol content was a staggering 0.47%. Wow, this guy must have had bowels of steel. Well, that's about it for this round of Darwin Awards. Y'all, this doesn't get much longer. If you want a part 14 of this here,
Mom's been asking for pics of my new room. Finally sent one. I'm so stupid. Nice, except for the handcuffs. What's up with that? It's for my terrible sleepwalking, Mom. I cuffed myself to my bed, the keys on the night. Boy 4 breaks arm trying to float with umbrella while copying Ford. Well, clearly you should use the glider. Being faithful in a relationship should be done without being asked. Hate when people are like, when he's faithful, like, didn't you cheat on my boy Nick? Dude, delete that. That's not cool. Answer the question, girl. Did you cheat on my boy Nick? How did people in the Middle Ages know what skeletons looked like without X-ray machines? All right, edit. Forgot about dead people. Forgot the word thing. You know that thing everybody does? Forgot that's gonna happen. Fred has been complaining about finding an avocado on his lawn every day for weeks now. Why would someone keep throwing avocados in his yard? Who would do that? You guys, he just realized he has an avocado tree. How is this guy dropping so many different songs and genres at the same time? It's called an album. Pop singer drops an album. His fans. How is he dropping so many songs at the same time? It's like they're all together in a collection, maybe. Amish people of Reddit. What is it like living without technology? Wait. Wait. I get it. See, that's a good one. That's silly. Rick Wiles thinks that meatless foods can alter human DNA in order to cause human beings to no longer be technically classified as humans. A plot that would make it impossible for them to be saved by Christ. I don't like the face that Rick's given me. Looks like he just walked into the bathroom while I was using it. Alright, do something, man. Oh, I gotta watch it. He didn't just do what I think he did he? Oh, no, he did. Man's hit himself in the nards. Oh, he is down. Poor guy. Hey. Hi. Thanks for liking my pic. You're fit, by the way. Welcome and thanks. It's a BF, sorry. Then why would you even say something? Why would you say you're fit if you got a man? It's ridiculous, really. Just finished this ballpoint drawing after 5 years. After being diagnosed with autism, I finally found a way to keep my spirits up. Wow, this is awesome. When did you get diagnosed with autism? My brother has autism. Take a close look. Take a close look and you tell me what's wrong with this image. Yep, that's right. OP commented on their own post. Dude, are you freaking serious? I got to switch accounts, did you? SMH. Why is there a quarter in the photo? These are the things that kept me on good schools. Things I think about. This is flat printed paper. I don't think we quite get how Braille actually works. Don't worry, they'll be able to read it. 1 star, custom life. Okay, I started a custom life and y'all don't have Africa as a country, so I could choose Cameroon? How y'all have every other country besides Africa? Racist one, nah. It's a stupid game, I hate this one. Alright, what do we got? Man's gonna pull into the garage? How's this a facepalm? What's he gonna do? Oh, I see what's going to happen here. You fool. Oh, like a glove. Oh, like a glove. Ceiling was dripping. I'm sorry, it was what? It was ceiling was dripping. Someone really thinks they're catching it with these baskets. Don't tell me they're laundry baskets. Oh, they're... Oh. Why is the floor getting wet? I put some baskets in there to catch all the water. Oh my god, sometimes humans hurt, but not physically, just emotionally, like this. So, a friend of mine works at a car dealership, and a young person came in with an older car and wanted to know why his iPhone charger port is scratching his screen and not charging. I don't know, might get a new one, I guess. Exactly what you want to buy your child in duty-free as they're about to board a plane. Listen, just get some earphones, it's okay, let the kid have his fun. But if he starts playing the Family Guy theme song, you bet your butt I'm taking it away from the little puke. Here on the plane, I'm breaking everything in my sight. Watching Family Guy recently is giving me a lot of stress. Climate Change Music Festival attendees leave a disastrous mess behind. I'll take irony for 500, Alex. This is what Coke looks like when it's sun-bleached. I found it on the railroad tracks. Oh, I have some news for you, friend. That's not Coke. It may have been at one point in time, but I can promise you it is not now. You holding PP, son. Alright, are they gonna fall over? What do we got going on here? Toss it down. There you go. Well, what'd you think was gonna happen? Did you think it was gonna roll down softly? It's a steep drop like a roller coaster. Ingredients: half a cup of rice, half a cup of water, 1 milk. I'm sure that's liter, but I like it saying 1 milk. A 1/4 cup of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Just so we're clear, I only added a 1/3 cup of sugar because my husband doesn't like things too sweet. Yeah, then why would you? My mom ordered a custom backpack. This is what came. I'd buy something like that, though. I wouldn't even hate. I would buy something like that. I like it. My packs. Yeah? What'd you say? Dr. Dry's 2-pack chicken hanger with fork, spoon, and bear shape, 3 pieces, 1 set. Now, see, that's cute and all until you realize the bear has well, it's got something. I'm not sure if I like it. Philosophers must have had no hose, just sitting in the crib and thinking about life. Socrates had a whole wife and kid, but he just neglected them to think all day. Who is Socrates? I'm sorry, Socrates? What about Socrates? There's a lady at this joint that talks so rudely with customers. Very.
Evan, who's that dude?
We just want to let you know that our store is closed since December 2017. It's still under construction. Sorry, we don't know where you had this experience. At Little Caesars. Delinquent. Now, what does it mean? Delinquent person. You can go ahead and dot your I's and cross your T's at the end of that for you. Take a guess what delinquent might mean for yourself. Google ain't gonna tell you. Delivery drivers of Reddit. What was the most suspicious looking parcel you delivered? Mods, ban them. This is clearly a threat. I'm sorry you have to come at this point in your life, but please do not do it. Reported in Downvote. Yeah, so I delivered to a trap house. That was weird. Don't tell me this poor woman's filling up just she's filling up the cat. Oh, even I know how to do that, and I'm terrible with cars. It's gonna take you forever. Oh, man. Classic door stopper, not stopping at the door joke. Yep, go ahead, close the door, see what happens. It'll ruin the paint. Just not stop any door. How'd you throw your phone in the air? How'd you do that? Throw your phone in the air? It's drones. Yeah, no, but how'd you do that? You throw your phone in the air? In the sky, maybe? Alright, man's that ATM. What do you got going on? Are you good? Are you okay? Oh, you poor Oh, you're having a bad day, and that just made it worse. Oh my god. Oh, I can't stop watching. It's a car crash in slow motion. That bottle just decided it wanted to ruin your life. Oh my god. Have you ever seen a Homo sapiens? Yeah, I saw one once at the zoo. I saw one once at the zoo. Flat earthers spend $20,000 trying to prove the earth is flat, accidentally prove it's a globe. Checkmate. If everybody in the world dropped out of school, you'd have a much more intelligent society, Jaden. No, that's the exact opposite, Jaden Smith. Mackenzie and I made cookies. You made something. Definitely not cookies, though. Yeah, flour is apparently extremely necessary. It's not optional. I don't know what you made, but cookies is not one of them. Love it when my girl takes pics of me. Yeah, when your girl takes pics of you, it's to say she's always by your side like your right-hand man, huh? It's funny, because it's his hand. He's the one taking the picture. So hard it was fun putting your phone in the microwave to charge it. My charger broke yesterday, my battery was pretty low, so I thought I'd give it a go. This happened. See? Well, you should have gotten a Nokia. It just would have made a demon spawn instead of, blowing up like that. Been in hard traffic for 20 minutes. When I got to the source of it, turned out it was just a cyclist on a mountain road. He's dead. But he's pedaling real slow, too, just to gloat. Man, you realize you only need one basket. This is just a little obtuse and unreasonable. Genderqueer teacher gets $60,000 if the colleagues don't call her they. You're about to get fined $60K for calling them they. See how I watched my tongue? Only true gays make being gay their entire existence. Like, people need to stop defending their Pete because he's a homosexual man. That sure is a last name. Okay, alright, we're hooked on phonics style to pronounce this last name. Buttigieg, that's the best you're gonna get out of me. You're not gonna get any more. That's the most effort I'm putting into that last name. Pete Buttigieg. If he has a problem, he can come to me personally and tell me. Pete Buttigieg doesn't show any overt gay pride on his Instagram. Buttigieg. In the 4 years since he came out of the closet, he hasn't posted any pictures attending a single pride parade. If Pete doesn't upload a 10-minute long 4K video of him sucking wiener, he is not gay. Plus plenty of pictures of Buttigieg. Iceberg, ocean, iceberg melts, ocean levels remain the same. Well, that was fun at the very bottom. I just received my iPhone. I bought it online, but I think they forgot to bite the apple. You're actually biting yourself in the new iOS 11 edition. That's why I'm not downloading Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, social media, and others like that, because I do not want to get kidnapped and talk to random strangers. You have a YouTube channel under your name. No, it's but an alias. This isn't a baseball. My man's training for the big game. He's at a bowling alley playing bowling on his iPad. He is training. Remember the first clip you saw? That clip of the man bowling and failed? Doesn't want to end up like him. What do you see, old man? What do you see, old timer? How do people know what road to take before Google Maps was made? Do you use Maps? What? No, I said before Google Maps. I know what you said. Women are. Hashtag women are wrong. Hashtag women are amazing. Men are, and we got men are stupid, men are dogs, and men are pigs. Well, it looks like you scrolled down because one of the top posts have more than just 5,000. This is where my conspiracy theory comes in. You type women are, you have 63K and 29K. But in the men are, it looks like you had to. I got time to do some science. I'm about to debunk this stupid Reddit post. Hold on. I'm about to game theory your entire world, OP. I don't know who posted this, but I'm challenging you. Alright, I've opened up Instagram search. I'm typing in women are. Alright. The top posts for me are women aren't funny. just type in men are. If I get men are funny, I'll be very happy. And the top post after that are men are stupid. So I guess that's fair, but my top post was women aren't funny. And I think that was hilarious. That was the funniest thing I could have read doing this experiment. Nice try, boards. Says 1909, says 1927 after. You're gonna cover your bases. Couch / social.
No, in the front?
Use couch. Some
Want me
red
to
pets. No, it's not in the
No.
background.
No.
Fellow Christians,
Why not?
since atheists worship Satan and America is a Christian nation, should we deport all atheists to North Korea or China? Please get back to me soon, fellow Christians. What's up? Hi, number neighbor. Who is this? I'm your number neighbor. My HUD? Number neighbor? Our phone numbers are one digit apart from each other. So how did you get my number? You texted a boomer. I need you to stop right where you're at. Painting over roadkill. Looks like we did. There's nothing funny I could say here. That's just plain laziness. Send me a picture of yourself or anyone else and we'll sketch it for you. It's not sketching. It's not sketching at all. It has the same energy as those anime layouts that they pull from Google Images and sell for $5. Selling goated Twitter layouts. Contact me from Shutterstock. A good pirate never takes another person's property. I'm not sure Disney fully understands what a pirate is. They never say anything about a bad pirate. Yarg. State population to double by 2040. Babies to blame. Yeah? That... Let's go arrested a coyote thinking it was a dog. His WTF face is priceless. He's letting her better though. That's cute. Live in Canada? There's no need to do a second job. Do these things instead. 9 legal ways to make extra money in Canada. Okay.
Work in the U.S. and transfer the money over.
Cross guy, statue on south side of the church. He's the ultimate gym leader.
That's one thing. You can live in Canada and work in New York.
Oh man, that's a cool looking car though. Waterproof makeup is a must. 12 strict rules synchronized swimmers have to follow. Well, yeah, I would assume that that's a must. You're in the water. Me calling her name, trying to correct an older mistake. Leslie?
What?
Yes? So we are sadly out of raspberry. Can I didn't order that.
It's because our currency pretty much is more than theirs.
Is your name Leslie?
So when they transfer their paycheck from here over there, they pretty much get extra $200, $200-$300, depending on how much it is.
Homicide featuring Eminem. Why don't you get Eminem rap very close to homicide?
Yeah, $100 is like
hey, your boyfriend's
$2
some
for
fat girl.
theirs.
I'm following them.
$1.50 or something. But the price is still remain the same, I think. So $1 is $3. Is over here, it's $1 over there.
Yeah. Don't go buying cigarettes or alcohol though. Goddamn. That's just expensive.
You idiots. This is not gonna work out well. This is gonna suck. Why? Why are they doing this? What's the point? I want to see the aftermath. My wife and I are expecting our firstborn child in 2 months, and we don't have a name. Well, you should name him Jack.
Post Malone had his first kid.
That be a strong contender for his name. We're introducing a nice firstborn child, Jack Ingoff. Poor kid. Yo, is that a Kia dealership? Sick. Oh, not sick.
That kid's gonna write a song. Mad about his bag because of his name.
I wasn't gonna go play video games, so my grades are up. So far, so good. It's a gamer struggle. Dude, you're online right now. What do you think you're fooling?
Right.
90-year-old Florida man arrested for a second time in a week after feeding the homeless again. I believe that there was a reason for that, though. I think it was like a sanitation issue or something, just safety for the public at large. I don't agree with it. I think it sucks that that's something you can get arrested for, but it's good intentions, but, you know. Honey, where are you? Waiting for a bus? Well, hurry up. No, okay, I'll be waiting a little bit faster, honey. Why was on campus really didn't understand the meaning of the quote. The best
Hey, people tell me to hurry up when you wait for a bus.
Come shop at our store. Get yourself cured. Hey, tell me another joke. Hey, what do you call a bear with no teeth? What? What do you mean? That's stupid. Oh, you wearing a Stop Being Poor shirt? Nice. Yeah, no, it's easier said than done, you know that? But keep living off Daddy's money, thanks. Hey, yo, pass me the aux. Okay, but you better not play any trash. Nah, dude, I'm playing porn in the aux cord. Everyone got a boner with when I got the aux. With Knuckles, it says you're next. But you misspelled your idiot. So my next what? My next what? What is spunk? It's sock, pajamas, underwear for needy kids. And I'm proud to help my daughter with her collection of spunk. No. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not single, yet looking for something serious and long term. More importantly, it's